Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Oklahoma City right now, the forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. And it's Adams in at the center, locking down the middle.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands, and it's gone before you can blink.
Beverly finds Harrell. On the wing, Williams. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Morris comes in for Grant. Mr. Incredible, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Out to the wing. Back to Zubac. It's hauled in by Paul George. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Schroeder outside. Passes it to Mr. Incredible. And Noel kicks to George. Takes a shot at the elbow. And off the front iron. And in it goes. George has got his first points of the night. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Zubac. Alinari on the wing. Five on the clock. From the arc. That one doesn't drop. And the Thunder going the other way now. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
And that one's good, George.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No points in the game yet for him. Shamet, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
The shot's good from Mr. Incredible.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
Shamet from outside off the mark.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shamet. A three-pointer off the mark.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Mr. Incredible, the pass to Noel. Morris kicks it over to Schroeder. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Thunder have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far. And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. 17 seconds left in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Schroeder. Gallinari right side. 4 seconds left. He lays it in. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13 points up at the end of the period. They're Well, we've got a minute now. Let's hear what it was like for AI in his first NBA game.
I look back on it, and it was just a surreal experience, you know, getting the call up, joining the team. Everything happened so fast I didn't have time to, like, overthink it or overanalyze it. So it was a bit of a ride, but, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way given the circumstances.
And that first game must have been a whirlwind for him.
Joining the team when he did with that much on the line, that's a lot of pressure to drop anyone into. AI showed, though, he could handle it and prove to be an asset.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
Green is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there. Boy, certain guys, it's just a rough season, right? For Nerlens Noel last year, that was the case. Couldn't get any consistent playing time. And after looking to be finally on the rise, he takes a step back in his development. It's got to be tough.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And with Noel, it's hard as he turned down a big money long-term deal.
It's always a chance you take, right, if you bet on yourself. And the skill set there for Nerlens Noel, this guy is definitely a great defender. He's just seeking the right opportunity.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot that time, not on target. And the Thunder going the other way now.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Schroeder hits them both. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player. And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
To the inside. Harold down low, covered by Morris. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 12-4 run. George passes to Mr. Incredible. Back to George. This one for three. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harold. And so here is Oklahoma City. On the wing, Morris. He's defended by Harrell. 6 on the shot clock. Morris, no good. Shamet. And that one hits back iron.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following him. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a run. Crew's getting ready for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. Mr. Incredible, he's checked in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Andre Robertson. So for Oklahoma City right now, Mr. Incredible is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Noel in at the 5 spot. Schroeder dishes to Noel. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. No good from Zubac.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Schroeder outside. Count it, good. Schroeder's got 9 points.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
No, but that play is about his will, right? He won't back down from the big man. He's going to take it right to him.
Molinari finds Zubac. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Mr. Incredible.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community. Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
Westbrook passes to Schroeder, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight. 1:20 left in the third. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
That's tipped. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Patterson defending. 5 on the clock. Now here's Schroeder. He's got 11. Patterson, that's good.
Well, the tight defense having 0 effect on Patrick Patterson. As strong as he is, he just says, hey, bring it, fellas. I'm going to score it anyway.
Shamet, he's covered by Westbrook. Zubac, and he dunks it down.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Westbrook passes to Mr. Incredible. Over to the wing. Here's Patterson. Offline with his 3. And Los Angeles guys shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Pass to Zubac. Over Noel. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter. Oklahoma City has gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. Launches a 3. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. 1 second left. He doesn't hit that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
It's a little mistake. The only reason they got this lead, you knew they were going to come out hard.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Robinson is out there with Thornwell. Then it's Garrett Temple. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Magruder in at the one. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Ferguson. Clock at 6. Shoots the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Ferguson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Thunder.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
And that one is good from Zubac.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
Out of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick and roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick and roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick and roll, but those three are at the top of my list. I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the three.
There's the pass to Patterson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Temple. It's hauled in by Diallo.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
A three from Morris, and the Thunder another three.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Magruder kicks to Robinson. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Diallo. And the shot falls short this time. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Over to the left wing. And there's the bucket from Magruder. Magruder's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's what you call great thinking on the fly. Passing on the shot in midair and laying it off to the open man.
Here's Diallo. And they pick up 2. Here's Magruder. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Pass to Zubac. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember...
Now Felton. George passes to Mr. Incredible. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Lou Williams.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense. When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
Beverly finds Williams. It's deflected. To the paint. Here's Mr. Incredible, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Listen, if you're open, Felton will find you. He has just such a great feel for the game.
Here's Beverly. And if you're building a team around Westbrook on paper, Doris, how do you do it?
Well, he's a player, obviously, who needs the basketball in his hands. And if you look at a team like the Rockets, where James Harden is complemented by shooters and a rim runner, you wonder if that's the blueprint for somebody like Russell Westbrook.
Felton with the ball. To the middle. Here's Mr. Incredible. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got his 4th assist in this one. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 1:51 left to play here in the fourth. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
That's such great advice.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Oklahoma City.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
23 seconds left in the fourth. And the Clippers miss again. To the paint. Here's Mr. Incredible, and he gets the bucket.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Oh, hey, AI.
What's up?
Griff has a few questions for you. Right this way.
Okay, sure. Yo, what's up, Griff? How you doing, man?
AI, you really had a breakout game tonight. What would you say contributed most to your performance?